All right, welcome to episode 7 of Skimlecast. We are again in the Skimlecast studio.
One fun fact is that in Finland, in Helsinki, the Central Library has a free podcasting room, so we're not paying actually anything. This is a real startup experience. We just booked this free room.
We hacked somehow the we hacked the booking system.
Yes. Yeah. This is what welfare state looks like.
Exactly. And in this podcast studio, there is a very fancy thing to think. And yes, Henri, now you're allowed to press the button we just found.
This is the theme and atmosphere of this episode.
Celebration or stupid button jokes. Yeah, but for the actual theme, I thought maybe let's talk about our journey as a startup, right? We've been at this now for, depending on how you count. So if you're an investor and we want to show this hockey stick growth number, then we will say that we have been 2 months doing this. Yeah. If you're a serious customer who wants to see some track record, then Henri, you have been at this for over a year. But depending on kind of who is asking different answers, how long we have been here, but a couple of months at least, full time. And I think time to take stock that how has it been?
It's been surprisingly great, to be honest. Of course, there's always some worries and so on. But yeah, it's a lot of learning. Actually, that's something I used to teach in business school and still do a bit of teaching in business school. I can say that on top of that, if you want to learn stuff, start a company, and if possible, with someone who did 18 years at McKinsey.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, it's been great, I think, and this whole thing of learning has been a big theme. Like, I think it's one thing to advise people how to run a business. It's another thing to actually run a business, and you realize that some things are helpful, like how do you deal with customers, how do you think about kind of product features and all of that. So some skills are helpful. Others much less so. So we don't make a lot of PowerPoints about our strategy internally or about our kind of meetings. We don't do a lot of that preparation, but it's much more kind of hands-on, practical, action-oriented, which I love. It's this whole speed of like when we decide to do stuff and then we do it, and I think it's great.
Yeah. Regarding PowerPoints, I have to say that you did really up the quality of our pitch deck, though.
Yeah.
But so there was some use. Now the investor and customer materials look a bit more professional than when I did them. The speed. I mean, I have to say, in academia there was never hurry for anything, right? Like. The most hurry was that you forgot to mark the exams and finally you need to do it because the deadline is gone. Now it feels like nothing is happening fast enough.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a funny sense of like, it's not really an external deadline. It's a sense of like somehow, it's not impeding doom, but it's a sense of like delayed gratification somehow, that if you don't move, then stuff will be further away. And like every day is a chance to do stuff and meet people and develop and learn and yeah.
And it's the AI field. I don't know how you feel, but I think things are developing so fast that there's this feeling that if we don't get all of this stuff done right now, somebody else will.
Yeah, no, it's true. And at the same time, like I think like when you're inside the AI field, like it's a bit like if you're walking versus driving a car, and somehow when you drive a car, your sense of perception also speeds up. So it's not that everything feels that it's coming across to 100 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, no.
It's somehow you're in control. You are seeing where the road is taking you. Like your reflex and your sense of speed also. Like you're part of the change. It's easier to navigate versus if you're a pedestrian kind of looking at the AI car coming towards you, about to hit you. So that like somehow like sense of time also changes. You're in control. You are able to navigate it better. Like I think this is one of the transitions that if you are not part of it, you will be overtaken by it. Somehow, like it's.
Yeah, I mean that's like we were. Can I talk about the interviewer?
Our secret feature, yes, but let's put our hands on top of the microphone so people
Okay.
doesn't really work. Yeah.
No, but this kind of the thing is that you can also, I mean, our speed of doing things has gone up a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of what we did last summer, last autumn, and now I feel things we could have done things we spent 2 months doing, we could do in 2 weeks now, and so the speed really, the speeding up, and I think, and this is partially because of the AI coding tools, but also because of the infrastructure. Like the difference between these legacy companies that we are in a way competing against and the features they have produced during the last 3 years, it's kind of like you don't feel that they are a competitor in a sense.
Yeah.
Like they are a competitor because they have all the customers and we don't. But it's somehow like I feel really sorry that for them, but they don't stand a chance in the future if we can,
Yeah, no, exactly, and you can see how their software is kind of locked in a specific paradigm.
Yeah.
Namely that if you take coding for example, that the human has to do the coding, and we will give different buttons and kind of widgets on top of that. And over the years, maybe every quarter they have added a button or widget. Like now you can look at the data in this way or that way and so on. But they haven't really improved the core usability or the functionality of the software, like in terms of actually providing value. It's been kind of a plateau for 10 years. Versus now with AI, you unlock a completely new way of thinking about the core problem. You can actually use assistance there, and then you can start to develop kind of customer value every kind of couple of weeks in much different ways. So it's kind of a rip in space time in a way, or like a discontinuity moment, right?
Yeah, I think so. But one of the scary things and also like nice things is that with AI you're also reinventing the knowledge work.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary because people don't necessarily want to reinvent how they work. But at the same time it gives this opportunity. And I think it's partially with this having added widgets, like these legacy companies are very stuck in this is the way people do their work. Yeah, so I think it's exciting that the knowledge work is also changing. It's also a bit scary because when you have the old tools, old software, you have the old ways of working, right? And when you get new tools, to get the full benefit, you need to rethink how do I work.
Yeah.
And that's exciting because we are like seeing practices change. It's also scary because we know people don't really like to change how they do things.
I can imagine back in 16th century when Mr. Gutenberg invented the printing press, and he had all of these angry monks, banging on the door and saying that that's not the proper way to reproduce a book. Right? How can you do it like that? Who will do the fancy calligraphy, starting letters and all of that?
Yeah. Are you comparing Skimle to the printing press?
Yeah. Before I tried to compare that to inventing fire, but that was.
Okay. Yeah.
No, but I think it is a change in the way it's done, and I think also it's kind of a change for good and bad. Like with any tool, like with printing press, you could then print, I don't know, bad books. I don't know. Propaganda books, right? Much more faster. And now, of course, with social media, the same, that you can have whatever type of hate messaging because you have instant distribution. But it's the same with knowledge work in the analysis side. That of course you can produce slop. Basically, you can use it for bad. You can forget the thinking side. Like you can just mindlessly do stuff on autopilot, which is not good. But then you can also use it in a good way. And I think finding this what is propaganda and what is a beautiful book, that's going to be the big
Yeah. And the thing that actually people always say with quantitative analysis is that when you have enough data, you can find whatever you want from the data. So if you specify the model correctly. So I think that's also the true, of course, with qualitative data, that if you have enough, if you just want to find the quotes that support your view, if you have enough customers, you will always find that voice.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe that their kind of AI can help in a way. That it can make the analysis. I don't know. Maybe objective is a dangerous word to use in this case, but at least it can make it kind of less partial to the researcher. In a way.
Yeah.
And then you can serve it in much more transparent ways, like with Skimle, for example, you can share the table with anyone. That hey, here is the table. Here are the coded transcripts. Like you find a code, or you find a category, and let's discuss and kind of defend it. Rather than, I think classically no one would ever read the 1,000 pages. Like, if you don't agree with me, my summary, here's the 1,000 pages. Read them and then shut up. Like now you can actually be much more transparent, and you have tools for doing the analysis kind of from different perspectives.
And you can say that from these 100 interviews or 100 pieces, 23 mentioned this category and 72 mentioned this other category. So maybe the second one is more important. And that kind of, not suggesting that we quantify all the qualitative stuff, but still,
kind of adding richness.
But what about the startup life? What are you looking forward?
Yeah, we talk about the product now again.
Yes.
Not our own.
This is part of startup life, right? You obsess over the customer and the product.
Yeah. What was the question?
What are you looking forward? What are the next steps?
Yeah, so I think now it's like, so first of all, we really gotten into the startup like language and mindset. I think we joked about it earlier with we went to Slush and kind of start to read, and of course you go online and you read and so on, and you start to kind of realize that there are a lot of important concepts, and I think one is still this whole notion of the product market fit. So like, is our product? Again, we talk about product, but that's that was maybe kind of the question was. But like, is like, to what degree is our product, great for which market or which users? Like, I think still finding, is it different features, usability, and so on. And then once that starts to click, which I think is hopefully soon, like you always hope it's kind of next month, but then really thinking of the scaling and the growth. And kind of, is this a sales game? That should we just knock more doors, and like we've been doing now a lot of knocking on doors, and of course when you have like a Professor Shield knocking the door, people open it, and they despite hearing the jokes from Olli, they then kind of quite easily take it into game. But if we would scale it, of course, that's not maybe a sustainable model, that we would have to have a lot of people selling, and maybe it's kind of difficult to sell, globally. And that's kind of one growth model we could go. Hopefully that's not the model for us. Another one is in marketing based growth. So will the game be so that we do a lot of Skimlecast episodes like we're doing now, and then maybe they will have listeners and blog posts and kind of Reddit presence and or paid marketing that we then pay people to read, and in that way get customers. That's another kind of possible way to get it. Or what I'm secretly hoping for is that the next quarter will be this viral growth game, that every user of Skimle, they will infest two other users, and it's going to be like COVID-19, but it's going to be Skimle 2026. It's going to be called
yes, the virus.
The virus, Skimle 26 strain. Which of course is the story of a lot of successful applications, right? So no one, there's no advertisements for Google, or there's no advertisements for Claude Code, for example. There is no, Lovable the same. They do some ads, but much less. So it's this whole notion of like, how if you have people who really love your product, then they will tell two other people, and hopefully fast, and then we get everyone has to go to quarantine for a while if they
yeah.
And no vaccine. There's no vaccine for Skimle.
Okay, this can run really long.
Yeah.
So viral marketing or virality in terms of customers. Okay, yeah. I think you mentioned the product market fit. I think one thing that we still haven't really found is the OCP, optimal customer profile.
I think it's ICP. It's the ideal customer.
Okay, ICP. See, my startup motion is still like a bit needing.
OCP is a mining company in Morocco.
Okay, yes. ICP then, yes. Ideal customer profile. I think we try to serve, of course, the researchers, but universities don't have a lot of money. They are poor. There's only so many researchers. So maybe consultants, maybe market research.
Yeah, they are promising markets, legal section, public servants. Okay, maybe not fast moving, but yeah, it's finding the right customers, and I think this whole question of is Skimle a kind of just a tool for one segment? We think no. It's a kind of tool across segments, but then you have to go. I will teach everyone a new startup word. It's a bowling alley strategy. So you have to go like vertical by vertical. You have to first do the bowling motion in one segment, and then you do the other one, and so on. So you cannot.
And now we're figuring out who's the central pin that we need to knock off.
The kingpin, yeah. and then one pin then puts two other pins.
Is that what the kingpin means?
I don't know. I don't do bowling. I promised myself I only use metaphors that I don't understand.
All right. Okay.
So it's.
What about funding?
Funding is good. So this far we are grateful for the money from the Finnish government again, not only giving us the podcast studio that we are. And Henri's special button, which I will
I think you said that I can press it only once. So.
So now you got to press it twice, but that's okay. It's a welfare state. So even two buttons are possible in these times. But from the government, not only the button and the studio around it, but also the funding from Business Finland to scale this the Tempo. Tempo money has been good, and then of course our own money, and then we will hopefully get also other external funding. We now have to start, I don't know, in Finnish we say to put your hat into your hand and start to
go begging.
Begging, yeah. There must be a startup word for this begging. Maybe it's like raising around.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, raising around. But we'll be looking for external funding to fund our growing team. So we are looking for new software engineers now. We are...
Even more features. Better functioning, yeah.
Maybe I get someone on the commercial side if I beg a lot, so like another joke maker.
Yes. We will start calling you the jokers then.
Yeah.
Like, engineers and the jokers.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the negative stuff? Like what's not good?
I don't know. I haven't had so many negatives. Personally, I don't like hiring people. I noticed it's like, there are all kinds of stuff you don't have. I haven't sold before or anything. And of course, sales is sometimes difficult. I'm uncomfortable, but recruiting I found very frustrating because it takes so much time. And I feel bad about not hiring people who want to be hired. So that was, but even like when you spend time trying to sell to a customer and it doesn't work out, they have different priorities. It's fine. It's still kind of, I think, fast paced, and then you move on, and there's a next success is around the corner. So, what about you?
No, I really hate when people don't respond to my emails. Like I'm still in this stage, and I know it's a kind of a mental stage of like, you have to think of selling as a numbers game and whatever. But like, I'm still in this kind of, I call them artisan outreach emails, right? That I actually.
You don't use AI to write your sales.
I actually go like, why would this person really benefit from this thing?
Yeah.
And I read them and I think about it, and I put a little photo of the person and in my personal altar, and like I sing about, like I do all of these kind of things, and then I send this a gift email to the person like this. From my soul to yours.
Yeah, and nothing.
And nothing is back, so like a piece of the soul is lost. But maybe it's time to become the Joker, like kill the soul in you, and just start to like spam people. That's the spamming motion, or the mass outreach mindset.
But marketing agent.
Yeah, I'll put a spamming agent.
Yes, yes.
So if you don't respond to our emails, we will unleash the Skimle spammer.
We go nuclear with our emails.
Yeah, it's a new function in Skimle, the Skimle spammer. It's gonna
No. We're not evil.
Yeah, let's not develop the Skimle spammer.
No.
Yet. If people respond, they hear our warning now and they will,
respond to all these emails.
Yeah. Very good. Anything else we should mention in this episode? We have a listener question. Let's take it here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of people, I think, are thinking about asking questions because every time we say that send questions, but there's also people acting on this impulse. And and this question comes from Mandy, who is 9 years old, and she wanted to know that how does AI affect animals? We talk a lot about how it affects knowledge workers and people and all of that. How will AI affect animals?
Yeah, you probably have some smart things that you have thought about. I remember one thing I read from The Economist, and it was about cows. And cows are not nice. They look like nice animals, but turns out that they are terrible bullies. And that's a problem for farmers because when the cows start bullying another cow, they get really stressed and then they get sick and so forth. So I read that they use this traditional machine learning to identify cow behaviors so that they can save the stressed cow from being bullied by moving it to a different group of cows.
So they're training a language model on cow behavior. So a moo, and then the AI says like moo.
Yeah. So, but I think more broadly, I mean, this is like maybe there will be like AIs that will be attending to the mental well-being of your pets. Like, are they stressed? Are they lonely? There's like infinite amount of attention that your pets can do. Maybe detect when they get sick first. I heard this thing. I'm not a dog person, but these animals that are in herds, they don't really show weakness before they get really.
Oh yeah, because the herd will let go of them.
Yeah. So they have this kind of evolved ability to hide. And also, I think it's maybe not dogs or wolves, but like cows especially, that because the predators look at the sick animal in the herd and attack the sick animal. So there's this evolutionary thing that they don't show weakness. So AI might be able to spot when your animals are not doing well.
That's a good idea. Or we could give them like little AI robots that are the most unwell-looking animals in the flock. So they are always like, following the flock and looking very ill, and then the wolves come and hit their
teeth on the metal. Cruel. That's animal cruelty towards the wolves.
No, but then the robot gives out a little candy to the wolf.
Yeah. Oh.
We should patent this so our pivot can be this deer AI deer.
Okay, yes.
Wolf replica.
Let's try the qualitative analysis first. What do you think? How will AI affect?
So I think, of course, like if you think, a macro view, there's like, this whole thing of like energy use, and I think that whole like climate thing, and if AI is not used for good, it has a risk that it's going to be for bad and destroying habitats and all of that. So I think there's of course that risk. The positive side could be this increased sense of empathy towards animals, or this whole thing of recognizing that there's different types of sentience and different types of thinking and whole this thing of like, how can you be kind of interacting with non-humans? People are, now they're marrying AI things and so on, but maybe kind of overall this sense of like, hey, there's humans and there's other types of intelligence and sentience and kind of emotions even, and this whole sense of like, let's respect other types of beings as well, and maybe that could be a trend somehow coming out, and maybe affecting also animals, that we start to appreciate that, hey, they also have a kind of a intelligent way about them, and they're worth interacting with and understanding and preserving and all of that.
Yeah, and the kind of uniqueness that AI lacks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the question, and keep sending listener questions.
Yeah, from also other people than my daughters.
Well, that's a good start.
Exactly.
All right, thanks a lot.